Dana Nafziger came to Cal Poly in 1972 as a tight end. I was probably one of the last guys that came and signed a scholarship. I was on full scholarship at Cal Poly and played from 1972 until 1976. For me, I was during the Joe Harper years, and I think everybody is pretty aware that those were special years. My first 2 years, I was just looking at the scores on the program, and my first 2 years during the regular season, we lost one game and tied a game. So those were some pretty prolific years. That was a Camellia Bowl year, was my first year, and we just had a really tight group of guys. We were still in the jock dorms, Heron Hall, and we won't tell any stories about Heron Hall because you don't want to know about those. We had a really close team. What I remember about Cal Poly during those era is there was no cliques, there was no groups. You know, we didn't have, it was just almost like a really tight family without dysfunction. And I think that's why you win. Randy O'Brien, he was kind of the team leader, kind of a wild guy. He was a tight end and I played behind him. John Pogo Pettis was a quarterback. Probably one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life and continues to be. Chris Schmeeland, who was strong safety, kind of the head of the defense. Another guy that both John Pettis and Chris Schmeeland went into coaching and coached at a lot of major colleges and had very successful careers in coaching. Mike Thomas was a running back. We did a lot of running during those years, and Greg Lee, I remember as a linebacker. Defensive line was really strong. Dave Quirk, John Miklas. But yeah, that's kind of the key players. Mike Amos held a lot of records, I think, at Cal Poly until recently, until Ramses Barden came in, I think broke everything. Pretty much everybody involved with Cal Poly football understands that Joe Harper was a really special leader. I mean, really special. You know, if we'd have had a word for him, we'd call him Uncle Joe. He was like, he was just that. But he also demanded excellence in performance. But again, why not try? If you're not going to be beat down if you don't succeed, you're going to really have a lot of desire to achieve higher because you take away that fear factor. But yeah, it was a pretty exciting year, the Camellia Bowl year. We didn't know the difference. We saw it, you win every year. You go to bowls every year. We didn't know the difference. I think those first 2 years were the most exciting just because you get used to winning and you expect to win. And you're not getting lackadaisical into thinking losing is acceptable. And that was probably the most exciting thing about my years at Cal Poly.